Some of the interesting points, though, that actually are made in this, when you think back of Donald Trump, pre-president Donald Trump, famous, well-loved. He had his own television show. He appeared just about everywhere, completely in the celebrity circles. I think about two movies that he was even at, three movies that come to mind. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 2 Weeks' Notice with Sandra Bullock and Hugh Grant, and Zoolander with Ben Stiller. He makes cameos in all these things. Everyone wants this guy in these movies. He becomes president. He's a Republican, and then boom. A lot of things have changed.
Look at where we are now, right? I just want to point out, and if you've been watching Newsmax coverage, you know this well, this isn't the only legal challenge Donald Trump is facing. Right. There's also the grand jury in Georgia, the special counsel from D.C. looking into those classified documents on January 6th. There have been so much legal analysis that we've heard on this network, essentially saying this is the weaker case. But guess what? This is a big moment for Alvin Bragg. It gets his name out there. People who've never heard of him before, who live outside of New York, now know the name. Yeah. So you got to look at overall what people's intents are. And he believes he's got Donald Trump on this case with these charges, which we're going to learn once the indictment is unsealed. I just think you got to think big picture. And of course, biggest picture is that Donald Trump is running for president in 2024. Right now, he's leading in the polls, and he's the one who, again, will be facing arraignment just hours from now.
I want to bring in Professor Alan Dershowitz, if we can, Professor Emeritus at Harvard Law School, author of Get Trump. The book is out. There's a lot I wanted to talk to you about, Professor. I saw one of your interviews last night on a different cable news network. I was listening to what you said. In terms of the, if I can, in terms of the 34 felony charges that's been reported by Michael Ishikoff of Yahoo News based on an unnamed source. How does this DA get to that number? Your thoughts on that?
Oh, it's very simple. When I used to work in a deli company in Delancey Street in New York when I was 15, the owner would give me one salami and he would say, slice it thin, get 35 slices out of it. And I would slice it thin and get 35 slices. That's what prosecutors do. They take one case and they check is a different crime, day is a different crime. Now, we don't know what's in this indictment. They may actually have him dead to rights. For example, there may be an actual videotape of him tearing the label off a mattress. And the label says quite clearly, tearing this label off is a violation of law. People say nobody's above the law. So if you tore the label off, they have him dead to rights, especially if Michael Cohen testifies that he saw him do it. Obviously, I'm joking. You can make a crime out of anything. And even if they manage to get him on something that nobody else has ever been prosecuted for, that is not justice in America. In Get Trump, I go through each of the four cases against him, and I demonstrate there is nothing to any of them. This is all targeted prosecution, and this comes from a liberal Democrat who has every intention of voting against Trump for the third time. This is not about politics. This is about the rule of law surviving. You know, Donald Trump wrote a note as he was getting on the plane yesterday, getting ready to leave for New York. Can't believe it. They're destroying the country. Anyway, your words are very important. Save America. Congrats on the book, doing very well. And I wrote him back saying, thank you. Getting your unlawful prosecution dismissed is essential to the survival of our rule of law. This is beyond Donald Trump. This is the rule of law in America.
You know, we're going to learn more once the indictment is unsealed. But, Professor, there have been reports about potentially a gag order being put in place. Could you walk us through what that might mean, especially when it comes to a speech that President Trump is expected to give tonight from Mar-a-Lago?
He will give that speech. There will be no gag order. If there were to be a gag order, I would put together the best team of First Amendment lawyers, even the American Civil Liberties Union, that doesn't generally get involved in cases favoring Trump, would support that. You cannot put a gag order on a man running for president of the United States. That would be so unconstitutional. A state prosecutor in New York City can't be determining the outcome of an election. So you can be sure that we will take the case to the Supreme Court if a gag order is imposed on behalf not of Donald Trump, but on behalf of those of us who want to hear Donald Trump. I want to hear him talk. I want to confirm my view that I'm not going to vote. That's the American way.
Right. Again, learning that there will not be video cameras or electronics allowed in the courtroom when that arraignment does happen. Again, that coming from Judge Juan Merchan. We'll continue to follow that. Professor Alan Dershowitz joining us live, weighing in. Professor's book's out as well. Get Trump. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Good to see you.
So much. Good.